the ick, friendships, and the lottery. We're going to get into it. Let's get it. Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcast, YouTube exclusive content, and our YouTube membership. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family, hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's the Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Jay Aundrea. We're going to be dilly-dallying a little bit, and then we're going to be talking about friendship and the rules surrounding it. And then we're going to be talking about funny stories about the lottery. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it. How are you feeling right now?
Well, I tell you, my whole household is asleep right now, and I'd like to rejoin them. So if we can go ahead. I've been traveling. I've been doing a lot. So, like to go going back to sleep.
Yeah, well, so ladies and gentlemen, my sister got back to Atlanta yesterday, and I was dreading texting her this morning. I was like, we got a show to film. I know she's tired, and I know she probably forgot about it. So,
I did.
So this morning I texted her, and it was simple words, simple phrases, because that's what you like. You don't like a long, drawn out. You want simple. Hey, what time works for you today? And I knew by saying that, you would know exactly what the hell I was talking about. And at first you was like, I don't know, 3. I was like, 3 is perfect. We ain't get started till 3:15, 3:20. But, we're here now.
Because I'm literally roaming around the house doing things like my whole podcast setup is set up already. Right. Nothing's set up. It's in my luggage. So like you're not ready for the show at all. And so, 10 minutes before the show, I'm coming in the room like, what hell? Nothing's ready. Nothing's ready. I don't know why I thought it was. So yeah. My bad.
Hilarious.
I was late to the show. I apologize for that.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I joke and I throw my sister under the bus, but I really ain't upset. And she knows that. She knows I ain't really upset because I'm like, I get her on the show because I know the show is better with her. So I ain't really tripping. It's kind of like your star basketball player or star football player. They can just get away with practice. We talking about practice. They can just get away with stuff that normal people couldn't get away with. I have actually canceled whole interviews because guests have arrived late with no reasonable explanation, no heads up. Like, hey, where are you? Our interview was supposed to start 30 minutes ago. I don't know what time you think I'm on, but I'm not on that time.
Yeah.
They were like, well, can we reschedule? I'll be real honest with you. This would have been a good conversation, but I'm a little thrown off. I have canceled so many interviews because of that. You're the only one that can get away with some stuff like that. Plus, you're my sister. So
it's also that.
Yeah,
I think it's more about the fact that I'm your sister.
No, because with some family was supposed to be on the show and got stripped of that opportunity.
Well, that's true. Also, you know what? Okay, then it's probably just because I'm on the show. Then.
Well, the show is better with you. Yeah.
Well, I try. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm not going to abuse it.
You already abuse it.
That's just me not even acknowledging the fact of what you just said. That was just me. That was just my behavior being bad. Yeah.
You're already like that.
But it was not intentional. Like now it might be a little bit of, what's it gonna do? Fire me? Now it might be a little bit of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, never mind then, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be on time for the next show, y'all, because I could get fired.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let y'all into a little thing, little behind the scenes. You doing this podcast with me, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 something years,
Literally your whole life. Yeah.
well, not my whole life. It's not like you and our brother with your sham Olympics, kid Olympics, but
It wasn't a sham, but
ever since like 10 years, right? I've been out there trying to hustle. Some not so legitimate,
right.
like hustling.
Yeah.
If you tell me go sell some candy bars, I might tell you that I got robbed, but then sell the candy bars on the side to pocket the
Right.
money. Or it might say it's $3 for a candy bar, and I might sell it for $5 and pocket the extra money. This type of scams that I was talking about was not really legitimate, but
just straight up lying.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, been twisting the truth. Anyway,
okay.
Inflation. Anyway, we
solved inflation. Don't you know? Inflation's done. We solved it. You didn't see that interview?
I didn't. No.
Oh, yeah. No, inflation's been solved.
Okay, I'm sure.
So you don't even have to worry about that. Those are verbatim words, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation, it is that mission accomplished banner all over again.
Wow. Okay. You know how I know? I'm talking super first world problems. But because I don't drive, I didn't see the price of gas. Where I've been affected with inflation is eggs and Gatorade. No, just eggs and Gatorade. I haven't noticed it anywhere else for me personally. But eggs and Gatorade, I've seen the prices go up. But I was telling a story before your ADHD kicked in. I've always been an entrepreneur. So I've started several companies. Some of them a lot of them haven't worked out, but I've started them. Some have been successful the last couple of years, however you want to measure success. But you've never really worked with me outside of our time at Hard Rock. You've never seen me be a boss. And through this podcast, you've seen how I'm a boss, and you realize, oh, my brother don't play.
No. So I go back to my original. Y'all, I'll be on time from now on because I could get fired. Like your fave could get fired. Like he doesn't care. And
I mean, I do care. I wouldn't want to fire you.
Yeah, but
I fired people that said they was like my big brother. So
yeah. But speaking of inflation, still want to give as much as I've been giving him this shout out for a while now, Don Voltaglio. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Co-founder and chairman of Arizona Beverage Company. Shout out to you for keeping that can of Arizona 99 cents.
I thought I did read something a couple of weeks ago where they were questioning and they was like, hey, we might have to raise the price.
No, I don't want y'all to do that. Don't do it.
It's not about you want them to do it. I think recently an article came out. I don't know if I read the article, if I just saw the headline. And you know how headlines can be misleading. But I thought I saw something where it was like, they're like, hey, look, these tariffs, we might have to raise the price.
They are because of aluminum tariffs. They are considering raising the prices, but they're just considering it. Y'all, please, I rely on that 99 cent Arizona iced tea.
You could just drink water.
Or you could shut the hell up because I am supporting.
It ain't no small business.
I don't care. I'm supporting this business. Yeah, 6 days ago there was an article in USA.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's I'll be up on the news
about it. Yeah. Only if they keep getting pressure from these astronomical tariffs. Which again, I feel like it was the same interview with Captain Carrot that he said.
Captain Carrot. Okay.
Yeah, that he said. Also, we're getting millions, actually billions back in tariffs paid by the other countries. By the way. Just lies. We're not getting billions in tariffs, and it is not paid by other countries.
We are getting still millions.
Paid by you.
Yeah,
we are getting millions.
Yeah,
but we are not getting billions. And no, it's not being paid by the other countries. It's being paid by us. The dumbasses.
Politicians have always kind of lied, and most of the lies are misleading. This is what I mean by that. Like you could take a statistic and
Mhm.
numbers don't lie, but you can twist the
The
statistics.
interpretation
Yeah.
of them. Yes.
So
Yeah.
most of the time politicians do that. Most of the time it's not an outright lie. It's a bending of the truth.
Yes.
As
Yes.
Obi-Wan once said, I was telling the truth from a particular point of view. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
The orange man, bald-headed lies. I say bald-headed lies. Shout out to Tommy Strong from Martin. God rest your soul.
Bold-faced,
Bald-headed lies.
bald-headed lies. Yes. Straight
Bald-headed
up
lies.
untruths. Just a lie. Just a lie. Inflation is not solved. And thanks to the tariffs, it's worse. And we are paying those tariffs. It's taking away health care. He's federalizing the police. And he's a big old terrorist who hates America. So.
All I know is,
he's not sending aid to states that don't support him. Also,
yeah, well, all I know
aid. So
is that eggs used to be 99 cents a dozen.
Used to. Yeah, used to.
At Aldi.
Mm-hmm.
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year. You know how I know, ladies and gentlemen? Because I eat a lot of eggs. I eat a lot of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I eat at bare minimum, I'm eating a dozen eggs a week.
Yeah.
Jay, something came across my timeline, and it wasn't about the orange man, but it's about women and Icks. Now, I am not a subscriber of the manosphere.
Okay.
I try to not
feel a dangerous butt coming, but go ahead.
No. It's not a dangerous butt. It's more like a Jennifer Love Hewitt from Can't Hardly Wait butt. Not a Rosie Perez butt. Rosie Perez, that's a dangerous butt. But Jennifer Love Hewitt, nice butt, good butt.
Okay.
Good butt, but not dangerous. Okay.
Got it. Right.
Don't subscribe to the manosphere. Don't describe the patriarchy. Try to not be misogynist and toxic masculinity. I'm still growing.
Yes.
Some of these women Icks I actually agree with, but two of these things that came across my timeline that had to have been from the manosphere that creeped into my algorithm somehow, some way, I do not agree with. Here's one. Young lady, very attractive young lady. I would say, well, actually, I can't tell what age she is because Gen Z looks old. So I'm going to assume that she is absolutely in Gen Z, maybe a young millennial, right?
Okay.
Says that an older man, and when I say older man, she said somebody 60 to 70 years old, walked up to her and said, "You are gorgeous." And she said, "Thank you." But then in her mind, she started running through the table. She was like, wait a minute, did I say thank you just because I'm a people pleaser? Was what he said appropriate? Men, just leave women alone.
No.
And I was like, hold on now. Now, if he said, damn, baby, you got some ass. Yes. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are words that have actually been spoken from 2002, Bruce. Okay. Yeah. I've said those words. He just said you're gorgeous. And it reminds me of the story that I told on this podcast before when I was at Target. And this woman, I don't know if she was Persian, Italian, Latina, light-skinned Black, who knows, right?
Yeah.
She had a skin tone not unlike the color of my skin tone. Okay. Right? But with a little hint of something else.
Right.
A little hint of something else. But it was a little hint.
Okay.
But she had on this hot pink dress. And I walked up to her and I said, "Ma'am, I am not hitting on you at all. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I just want to let you know that dress and your skin tone matches perfectly. You look fantastic today. You have a great day." And walked away. As I'm walking away, she said, "Thank you." Like she wanted to continue on the conversation. But as I said, I wasn't hollering and I didn't want to double back, even though I wanted to double back. And so it kind of bothered me. I'm like, young lady, take the compliment.
Yeah, that sounds more like a question of her own, kind of self-worth, maybe. Not so much that, people have eyeballs.
They do.
They can see. So if, you look nice and someone says in a polite way that, they compliment you in a polite way, I don't see what the problem is with just accepting the compliment and moving on with your day. If they go, get titties, then I can say,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
those that are
you could
listening,
get
y'all didn't get the build up to what she said, but those in the video saw her almost act like a seizure because that's how men be acting. That was perfect.
right. Then I can say, okay, get a little upset. It's funny because I actually saw a video of this from a stud content creator. And she was like, hey, ladies, especially straight women, just because I compliment you, don't mean I want you. There's a lot of times where a gay woman or particularly a stud will come to, well, hey, you're beautiful or you look beautiful. And the response will be, I'm not gay. I didn't say I wanted to holler. I'm just saying I have eyeballs and, the lashes are popping, hair is done, nail done, everything big. I mean, I'm just trying to compliment you on that. So like, sometimes people are just innocently trying to compliment you. And I feel like if they're doing it in a respectful way, you'd be all right. Just
Back
say
off.
thank you and move on.
Is stud an offensive term? Because
No.
I feel, but me, I always get up and get my panties in a bunch with certain words. I'm like, is that offensive? I'm not trying to be offensive. Please excuse
Yeah.
me. So it's
I'm
not
more
offensive.
offended by the fact that you said panties. Honestly.
That's an expression. Get your panties in a bunch.
I have never liked the word panties. I don't like it.
It's okay. I think it's a better way of saying women's underwear.
Draws. Just say draws is what they are.
That draws is absolutely, it's absolutely what they are. I mean, this gentleman was appropriate. It's not like we were just together this past weekend going to the bowling alley, and our server, I said to you, she got a porch back there because her booty stuck out. Literally, it was a porch. You could have put plates of food up there.
It definitely, you could have been sitting on it with a rocking chair and a mint julep on a
full mint
summer's day, like for sure. And so, so like it wasn't that, it's okay if somebody says you look nice, you can say thank you and keep it pushing, keep it on about your day. Now, if they get disrespectful after that, turn up.
There you go.
I'm a retired crash out. I get it. So like, but you don't have to overthink it. I think a lot of time I feel like this person was just overthinking it.
It was.
There's
one more that I want to get to before the end of this segment. And there's another one that came across my algorithm. And it was a woman in the airport complaining. Now, she was complaining about men's wear in the airport. And what she said was, men wear pants. And I was like, yeah, men should wear pants. But she was being very specific. Jeans, cargos, khakis, things of that nature. Men can't wear joggers. And I was like, wait a minute, we can't wear joggers or sweats in the airport? Kiss my ass. She was like, that's not manly. Wear regular pants. It's like, they are uncomfortable and I'm on this plane. You got to be lucky that I'm not in some boxes, some loose fitting boxes and a baggy t-shirt. And the only reason I'm doing that is because flight attendants say, don't let your actual skin touch anything on the airplane because it's gross.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, y'all stop being weird. Literally, stop being weird. Like, let people live. There's no problem with men wearing joggers. I don't understand. They're just sweatpants. They're sweatpants with a tapered leg. I get that there are more fitted sweatpants, but you're supposed to be able to jog in them.
They're my favorite sweatpants. Matter of fact, I like a tapered leg pant anyway because I like to show off my shoes.
You like to show off the shoes.
Yeah, I like to show off my shoes.
Yeah. So no, there's no. Yeah, stop being weird, y'all. This is a lot of people doing way, way too much. Now it's more of like your personal preference, but you're trying to assign it like it should be felt by everybody. And no, that's just you personally I don't like to see men in flip-flops. I don't like it. Most of y'all don't take care of y'all feet. Okay? If you're going to wear flip-flops with some socks on it, if you know them feet look natural.
I hate that expression.
If they look very earthly, okay, if they look like you've been running across the earth, keep some socks on. But that's not a ick. That's not that's not something that should be. Everybody should feel that. That's just my personal thing. If you don't take care of your feet, but honestly, that's anybody, because I see some women with some gnarled digits.
And if it's hammer time, hide your toes.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't have them out either. Because I don't want to see it while I'm trying to, eat my Burger King.
Not your Burger King. So on that note, for the audience, what are some of your icks? And what do you think are some of those ridiculous icks? Leave a comment down in the section where it's the comment section.
Yeah.
And holla at us.
But it seemed less about them struggling to know where the comments are and you struggling to know what the word was, and it was comment section.
Yeah.
And you tried to make it seem like it was their problem when really it was yours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, absolutely right. But on that note, what gives you the ick in friendships? And how can we establish better friendships? We're going to get into that next. Jay, you sent me a very interesting video, and anytime you send something to me like show topic, I'm like, yeah, we're definitely going to do it, because that just takes a little bit of less work that I have to put into it. And it's something that interests you. So I definitely want to talk about it. And it was this young man, I'm going to call him a young man because I'm going to assume that he's younger than I am, talking about friendships. And he is a therapist?
Yeah, I believe he is a therapist. Correct.
Okay. So in the video, I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis of the video. In the video, he discusses the idea that friendships require inconvenience. He argues that maintaining and building friendships often means pushing past personal boundaries of comfort, like showing up when you don't feel like it, initiating plans, or being vulnerable. He also emphasizes that inconvenience isn't just part of sustaining friendships, but also the entryway to them. Many adults struggle with loneliness because they avoid putting in the necessary legwork to form bonds, compounded by declining social skills due to technology and the pandemic. And then I have some takeaways from the video that I put in the different categories that I, think were important talking points. But just when you sent me this video, I was like, yo, he's making very valid points. And it's not just friendships. It's relationships with your friends, family, loved ones, co-workers. It's all of these stuff are built on, you're going to be a little inconvenienced if you want to participate in this thing.
Yeah. His name is Shahe McClaren or McLaurin. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. But he is a therapist and licensed clinical social worker and the owner of Freedom Collective Therapy. Yeah, it was a really, it really hit home to me because, I moved to Atlanta about 10 years ago. My brother was here. I knew one person and that's it. And it's just like, how did I, over that decade, build the community that I have now? And it was by inconveniencing myself. Mm-hmm. And that's not all, I think we take the word inconvenience and we think, okay, whenever we're inconvenienced, that's a bad thing. But it's not. It was an inconvenience that I chose because I'm a homebody. I like to be by myself. I like to be in the house, but I also wanted community. And so that means I have to push myself outside of what, like you said, past your personal boundaries of comfort. You got to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and do stuff in order to, one, build the friendships and then sustain them. Like having a friend is an active thing. having any relationship is an active thing on your part. It's not just saying, this is my friend, boom, that's it, we're done. No, it's you got to keep working at it every single day. You got to keep up that communication, got to keep up that contact, and you have to push yourself. And yes, that requires a level of inconvenience.
So something that you said that piqued my interest, and inconvenience is uncomfortable discomfort.
Mhm.
And to me, true growth comes from discomfort.
Yes.
So if you want to grow as a person, you got to put yourself in inconvenient situations and in discomfort. That's just how this thing works. Like they say, the long road is always the best road to take as opposed to the shortcut, because there are no shortcuts in life. You
Yeah.
need to go through all the lessons. That's pain and misery and everything. And that makes the accomplishment of taking that long road even better when you get to your goal. In this
Yes.
situation, a goal is friendship. Now, I will be the first to say I'm a bad friend. Well, actually, I'm bad in all relationships because I really don't like being inconvenienced. Growing up with me, I was a spoiled brat. And if it was something I didn't want to do, I was going to make everybody miserable if I had to do it.
Yeah.
My boys still bring this up. It's like, yeah, back in the day, if Bruce wasn't having fun, nobody could have fun. And I was like,
Yeah.
I need to grow up and mature, because the people that are in my life right now, the friends that are in my life right now, do real work to bring me out of my comfort zone. And my comfort zone is just like yours, sitting in the house, chilling. My favorite thing in the entire world. I mean, my house very comfortable. It's very pleasing to me,
Yes.
and I love nothing better when there is nothing on the schedule. People say, what you got planned for this weekend? Not a damn thing. That's my favorite thing.
Yes.
But I have to make time for my friends.
Yes.
I have to show them, you matter to me.
Yes.
And that means doing the things that are completely inconvenient for me.
Yeah.
But that's what friendship is. So one of the takeaways that I got from this video and that you just touched on is that true friendship often requires sacrifice, stepping outside of your personal comfort, and missing these steps means relationships can't deepen. If you want that superficial stuff, don't put in the work.
Yeah. There's a lot of, and sometimes certain friendships, certain relationships are meant to be superficial, right? Like, to me, I find like work relationships like that. Like, right? Like you don't want to bring too much of your personal stuff to work. So like, yeah, you're not going to do too much a deepening of a work relationship. But if you want a real friendship, yeah, you're gonna have to push yourself. You're going to have to push yourself. There's nothing wrong with inconvenience, and there's nothing wrong with sacrifice. There's nothing wrong with making compromises if it's your choice, because I'm choosing this person to be in my life. I'm choosing to have this person. That's the beauty about friendships versus, like, say, your family. Your family is what you're born into, but your chosen family are your friends. These are people that you're choosing. And if you're making that choice to have a relationship with somebody, put the work in to really have a relationship with somebody.
And that means building community, which requires the effort of making calls, arranging plans, and showing vulnerability, because you have to initiate that closeness if you want to have deeper bonds. Also, just because you want to be friends with somebody don't mean that person wants to be friends with you. So rejection is also part of the process. Not everyone's going to reciprocate friendship, and accepting the reality means trying again with others rather than withdrawing. And once again, I feel like this can all be placed in relationships, whether it's family, friends, or somebody that you're trying to date, or your loved one. Like, just because things don't work out, just because you're rejected, that don't mean that you withdraw and don't go back out there.
Yeah, don't put yourself back out there. I mean, I had that. I met a person that I was like, this person's cool. I would like to be their friend. I worked I worked to make that friendship happen. And it didn't, it lasted for a little bit, But, I guess was more invested in being friends than that other person was. And that's okay. Like, sometimes people in your life for a reason or a season. I definitely feel like this person served a purpose for that time in my life. They provided a lot of great advice and support and encouragement for that time. And that's okay. That was it for that time. And it was beautiful. And I have no regrets about it. So like that's also okay. But just because you lose that one friend is not then, well, F everybody, right? No,
Right.
get back out there and try again. Like, and you see kids do it, right? When a kid first get on the playground, some kid will run up, you want to play? Yeah, and then they run off, right? Because and that's it, and that's all it is. It's like you can actually see somebody and be like, that person looks cool. I would like to be their friend, and just go up and start talking to them. Like, just be like kids, because you're about to touch on this, and it's so important. We out here lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lonely epidemic that I've talked about on a previous podcast episode. It is a real thing. And
Yeah.
avoiding inconvenience or connection contributes to the rising loneliness. Also, technology and the pandemic have eroded people's social skills, making it harder. That's another thing that doesn't get talked about. Sometimes people are just don't have the social skills. So
Yeah.
I I had a friend recently, and I've known this person for a few years, but we got closer recently.
Mm-hmm.
And this person said to me, "You really love talking about serious stuff." And I was like, "What?" Because I'm naturally a jokester and prankster and clown.
Yes.
However, I also like deep conversations. I love learning how people think, what makes them tick, and what makes them go. And sometimes my social awkwardness will put me in the positions where I want to have those serious conversations when it ain't time to be serious. We at the bar. I don't need to ask you, so you and your mom are having a falling out right now. What's going on? How are you doing? No, that's not the time to ask that. So sometimes people can just be like, I don't want to hang with Bruce because he's too serious all the time. And I'm like, I am? Do you know me? But sometimes I be too serious sometimes. And not everybody want to be serious. Not everybody want to get deep and in the feelings.
Yes.
So that's a part of rejection.
Not all the time. But yeah, like, I think you're absolutely right also that, the pandemic and technology have eroded people's social skills. There's a quote in the Pride and Prejudice film that I'm gonna butcher, but basically Mr. Darcy says to Elizabeth, I don't have the talent of conversing easily with people I've never met before. And she said, maybe you should take your aunt's advice and practice. Like, it's just about, you just got to try. There's no way of building social. There's no book you can read. It's called the skills of being social. You got to go out. You got to meet somebody. You got to be social. And that's how you build social skills. Yes, it's going to be awkward and you might be cringy at first, but you'll slowly learn, one, how people communicate now in person, which is very different, right? You'll slowly start to learn that. And then also you'll slowly start to see who are your people and who's not your people. And there are people for everybody. I know there's a lot of people that feel like I just can't make friends for whatever reason. I know a lot of neurodivergent people like myself sometimes have a difficult time making friends or building connection, because sometimes you miss certain social cues and things. But just be friends with other neurodivergent people and we all understand each other. Like, that's the solution that I found. Like, we can all understand each other and we can all, go on those info dumps and things that we have when we get really into a topic. Like, I had a very long conversation about what the flesh inside a grape is called. It's pulp, by the way. I looked that up. I went down a whole rabbit hole about that. But I had a good conversation with another neurodivergent person. It's about finding your community and finding your people. And you can only do that by actually going out and looking for them.
That's true. Pulp, like like orange juice has pulp, so that the
Yeah.
grape also has that, and that's
It's called the pulp. Yes.
and that's the fleshy part of the grape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know how
Because
ladies and
I
gentlemen how
was,
you got the skin and you got the flesh. I just thought it
yeah,
was the grape, but the whole thing
yeah.
is the grape, and you
Well,
got the
the
grape
whole thing is
skin,
the grape.
right? And then you
And
got
then you
grape
have
pulp.
inside is the pulp. Yes.
Well,
I was eating some grapes and I was like, what the hell is this part of the grape called? And that is the answer. I went down a whole rabbit hole about it.
yeah, okay, all right. And we also in friendships, when we talk about inconvenience, we have to kind of reframe, as you said earlier, what that word actually means. Take the
Right.
negative connotation out
Right.
of what inconvenience mean and understand that it's an effort.
Yeah.
You might look at it as a burden, but it's an effort.
Mhm.
And the cost of this quote unquote burden or inconvenience is meaningful human connection.
Yeah.
So for all those people out there that's like, I want to lose weight, there's no magic pill. You can take Ozempic. Ozempic will have you have Ozempic butt. You don't know what that is? Google it.
Or
There's
a big face.
or
Yeah.
Ozempic face. Like it makes you look sunken and droopy. It's not cool. You want to lose weight? Guess what? You got to eat a certain way, put yourself in a calorie deficit, and then work out.
Yeah.
It sucks. As somebody
Yes.
who is a
Yeah.
trainer, people ask me all the time, you like working out? No, I don't like
Yeah.
working out. It hurts. Literally,
Yeah.
it hurts. I enjoy the feeling after. Every
Right.
now and then I feel that high during, but for the most part, it is not something that I'm always looking forward to.
No.
I know it's the inconvenient part of trying to look the way that I want to look.
Yes. Yeah.
Same concept here with friends.
Yeah.
Inconvenience
The
yourself.
inconvenient thing is you gotta get ready to go work out. You gotta put the clothes on. You gotta put the braces on because we over 40. So you gotta put some on your knee or your wrists. Okay. You might have to put something around your back. You might have to put on, something to support your back. You gotta go to the place where you work out. That's an inconvenience because you got to leave your house sometimes. I don't, but some people do. Okay. You got to then spend the time and the labor of working out. Like inconvenient, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy to inconvenience yourself. And I think that's a lot of times why people look at it as a burden. But if it's a choice that you're making to add some value to your life through relationships, take that inconvenience and use it and grow some relationships and stop being so lonely out here. Your phone be dry, you just be looking out a rainy window, like Carl Thomas or somebody, because you alone.
Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Right.
You had to do something. Person punch you in the mouth.
No.
All right. For my people out there, question. Have you ever lost a friendship because neither person wanted to put in the effort? If you have, drop down in that comment section. Leave us a little bit of that story. Might even talk about it on the air. Maybe. Probably if it's good enough because I'm messy.
Yes.
Speaking of messy, up next, we're going to be talking about some interesting and messy lottery stories. We're going to get into that next. Jay, something came across my timeline, my algorithm, like it often does, to pique my interest. And not lottery stories that you typically hear about. You typically hear about lottery stories where people get the millions. They've never had millions before.
Yeah.
Think that millions is going to last, should last, but they spend and end up going broke.
Yes. You hear about the horror stories. Either people going broke or they fighting over it or somebody dies. So yeah, you hear a lot of the horror stories.
these aren't necessarily horror stories, but they're funny stories. In my mind, they're humorous. So
Okay.
here's one. A British family used to play a game where they would pretend to win a lottery ticket, taking photos, holding up a fake winning ticket. They used to do this all the time. Amazingly, the day after playing the lottery, they actually won the lottery for real, turning their play pretend into reality.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. Like, first of all, that you have a whole ritual around it. And then, like, you've been practicing winning this whole time and then you actually win. That's dope.
I've been practicing winning without
Yeah.
ever playing. I play
Yeah.
only when it get to the billions.
Yeah.
But then I think about how I'm going to give all the family members, certain family members, not everybody, money. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how am I going to escape the tax situation, but still give my family money? And then I start thinking about
there's a way.
Yeah, there's a way. And then I start thinking about, the things I'm going to buy with it. And believe it or not, it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about cars. I'm never going to get back on a motorcycle again. That's a lie. If motorcycles had training wheels, I'm on it.
There are 3-wheelers.
I saw one recently, and that looks like if you turn the corner too fast, you're going to flip over.
Yeah, for sure. So, probably. Yeah. But I feel like that's the same for a motorcycle.
Oh, absolutely. But I feel like you could take a sharper turn in a motorcycle. Anywho. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. You've been practicing and you win. And I hope that when they won, that didn't cause no friction in the family. Because you think about, hey, we got to split this money. And that's typically money is where problems come in the family. Yeah.
More money, more problems.
Right.
Is what you typically often find.
Yeah.
According to the notorious B.I.G.
Now, this one was interesting. Interesting. A man in Massachusetts accidentally won the same lottery twice. He used his favorite number for a ticket, forgetting that he's also been entered automatically with the same numbers by a season pass that was gifted by his family. He ended up winning twice in the same drawing. Now, I don't think you get twice the money, but you won twice.
Why not?
That's not how it works.
You have 2 winning tickets.
Yes. Well, I guess if it's multiple people that's won, you should win twice.
I don't know if it's when I feel like when multiple people hit the lottery, they split.
Yeah, they split. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So if it's multiple people and they split, his split should be different because he didn't want it twice.
Right. Yes. So if it was me and one other person, we're not. I get 2/3, they get 1/3.
Right.
Because I got 2 tickets.
And if they want to go to court, we can go to war.
50-50. We're not splitting this 50-50 because later tickets out. There's 3 of them.
Now,
2 of them belong to me, 1 to you. Let's do this math here. You're gonna need this because you got money now. So you're gonna need to learn how math works.
How does math work, Jay?
Look, lay the tickets on the table. How many are there? 3. So you already know this pot is gonna be split 3 ways. Right. Now, just because one person owns 2 of the tickets, don't mean this is now 50-50. Take the people out of it.
Take the people.
Assign the money. Assign the racks to the number of tickets, and then the owners of those tickets are the owners of them racks.
Right. Right.
That's how that works.
That would be an interesting legal argument. If any lawyers out there listening, drop us a line, a DM or something like that. Because I don't really feel like doing the research. Because that seems like that would be really intricate. I'm sure there's probably been a case out there.
I feel like it's easily a Googleable.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
thing.
This is one of the rare times where I don't feel like looking it up. So lawyers out there, please, break that down for me. I don't feel like
looking it up.
But you know what I instantly thought? If you're awarded 2 winning tickets in your lifetime, I'd be pissed off if it's for the same lottery.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the sole winner, that don't change my fortunes. I want to win 2 lotteries, not one lottery twice. Because
I'm now questioning the amount of merits or karma or everything that I've built up over my lives. That one, I've built up so much that in this life now I have the opportunity of winning the lottery twice. But I also did something. Because some karmic justice came in there where it's like, yeah, you built up enough merit to win it twice, but it's gonna be the same one. Like it feel like, and you just be like, wow, that's okay. I mean, I'm happy that I won, but this just feels like a waste of all that karma that I just built up.
Right. Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
All right. This one is going to sound familiar to a lot of my millennials and Gen Xers. Okay. In New York, a police officer and a diner waitress split a lottery ticket using numbers they each selected. They won big together. This story is loosely inspired. The story loosely inspired the movie It Could Happen to You, starring who was that starring? Nicolas Cage, and was it Meg Ryan?
You know, it feels like a Meg Ryan thing, but actually, no. It was Bridget Fonda.
Oh, you're right, Bridget Fonda. And then the woman with the dangerous butt was also in that movie. I'm talking about Rosie
Perez. Yes.
Though, and this is a real life story that they made a movie off of, though in real life there was no romance, just luck and teamwork. That's actually based on a true story. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. That's
you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
And
very cute movie too. Yes.
Oh, it is a beautiful movie. And first of all, they don't make movies like that anymore. Let's talk about that for a quick second.
Yeah. Listen, the early and mid 90s for romantic comedies.
Rom-Coms.
I mean, wow, just a beautiful time. We had a lot of really, really good rom-coms in the 90s that I feel like we don't have.
No, we've had them in the 2000s. They just all star the same person, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And J-Lo. Jennifer Aniston and J-Lo have a lock on all rom-coms. Every now and then, Gabrielle Union gets thrown one. But the rom-com, you know what the rom-coms are now? Tyler Perry movies.
And that's disgusting to me. And I think that we all know my position on that. But yeah, I mean, it started with ours were all like they weren't even based in reality. Like it started in 1990 with a little film starring Richard Gere and Julia Roberts called Pretty Woman, not based in anything real. But
that's a story of Cinderella. This is just Cinderella with a twist.
Yeah, but come on, y'all.
And look, ladies and gentlemen, you know, sex work, I'm not going to shoot down sex work. I live in a state that is not legal. But if it was legal and a woman that looked like Julia Roberts, then or now, I would, I'd partake because, Julia Roberts is a beautiful woman.
1992, we got Boomerang.
One of the greatest rom-coms. And leave it to Eddie to give himself two beautiful women to choose between, Robin Givens and a young Halle Berry. And guess what?
Mushroom cut Halle Berry, y'all. I don't think y'all understand. Mushroom cut Halle Berry. That was top tier Halle Berry.
Right. Strictly Business.
First of all,
Boomerang.
Halle Berry has always been top tier. She's top tier to this damn day.
But in that movie, she wasn't top billing.
No.
Robin Givens was supposed to be the most attractive woman in the movie. Can you imagine that? In a movie that Halle Berry is in, she's not playing the most attractive woman. That was a thing in Boomerang.
The one that got the little theme music as she walked into the office, and it was, it got the whole thing. You see her legs and all this stuff.
No, that was Grace Jones got the theme music.
Well, no, because there was also her walking there. She got the theme music too. Everybody, Robin Givens also got the theme music. But you got Sleepless in Seattle. We had
Sleepless in Seattle, and the movie that is exactly like Sleepless in Seattle, You Got Mail.
Yes.
That stars the same two people telling the same damn story.
Yes. Another one of my favorites, Forget Paris. You want it? You got it. This is starring Billy Crystal and Deborah Winger. He was an NBA referee.
Oh yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
We took a detour. Let's
did.
get back.
I'm sorry, but the 90s, you can't. That was my time. So let's go
90s
back.
rom-com. Yeah. You know what else is also a rom-com?
What?
Titanic.
Is it?
Mhm.
It's okay. It's definitely funny that she let that man drown when there was plenty of room on that dough. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not seen not 1 second of the film Titanic.
I've dated several women that have made me watch that movie, including when it came out. I was dating a woman and she was like, we're gonna go see Titanic. And I was like, I really want to see that movie. She said, we're going to go see Titanic. And while everybody is crying in the movie theater, I'm actually chuckling because it was fun. It's a funny scene. It's not funny, but it's funny because of my dark sense of humor. Where the boat, it turns not up, it's no longer sideways, it goes vertical.
Yes, yeah.
And people start falling down. Not only are they about to drown to death, but they hitting railings and bouncing before they hit the water. It's not funny, but I'm like, yo, I'm getting ready to die. Don't break my back on my way to drowning. At least let me drown fighting a current like swimming. I can't drown because I done got paralyzed on the way to the water.
No, you definitely can still drown. Here's the thing. I would actually prefer to hit various things and be killed before I hit that ice cold water and drown. I would rather break my neck hitting a deck chair, falling down, and then just be dead than have to die, freeze to death first.
Okay, I agree with that. But you said hit several things. I don't want to hit several
however
things.
Many things that it takes for me to die before I hit that water.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. If people was falling and the band's still playing as they sinking. And I'm just looking around. Don't nobody else find this hilarious?
Yeah.
And
no,
I don't know about
I
don't know about anybody else.
I
try to be a gentleman. I would have pushed Rose off that thing and be like,
we're gonna alternate.
Yeah.
And when I can't take it anymore in this water, let's switch. You get in the water, I get it. If we really truly can't both fit on this door, which I refuse to believe that that's the case.
The director just proved, it was something that came out recently, just proved that they both can't fit on that. And I've actually seen other theories before. Two people get on there, it gets topsy-turvy, you flip off, you can't. I've seen it before.
We alternating. I just don't understand. We're alternating.
All right, this turned into a dilly-dallying segment. And ladies and gentlemen, we didn't mean for it to. We're going to get back to the lottery. And these last two ones. Now, this one is funny to me because of my dark sense of humor. Two brothers from Kansas win $75,000 and decide to celebrate with a wild night at home. Unfortunately, their party plans backfired when refueling their butane torches to light bongs. One brother caused an explosion that blew up their house. He was wearing his lottery t-shirt at the time.
Yeah.
It just seems like that would be something that happened on Curb.
And all the money you just won now has to go in to repairing your house.
They blew up the home. They got to buy a new home.
Yeah, I mean, you got some insurance, but you're going to have to replace your things. And so all that 75, that's gone. That's gone now.
Does insurance cover lighting a bong and to blow up your house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. Insurance covers stupid.
All right.
A majority of the things are due to people being stupid.
Yeah, people are stupid. All right. This last one I thought was real interesting and shady at the same time.
Okay.
In a hilarious twist, a woman in the UK kept her $2.65 million lottery win a secret from her husband for years, worried he would relapse into old habits of spending it recklessly. She disguised her new purchases as pay raises or bonuses from work, keeping the massive win under wraps.
For how? I mean, for years. Did he ever find out? Obviously, yes, right? Because it became a story.
But it was for years. She did it for years.
Wow.
What type of spending? Now, me and you got spending habits.
Yeah.
Both of us, money flows in our hands and out of our hands.
Yeah.
Holding money in our hands is like cupping your hands under the sink, having the water run and trying to hold the water.
Yeah.
That's how money in our hands is. So we
empathize
with her in the standpoint of, I want somebody to check me. Like if I won a lottery, I'm putting the money in trust and things like that, and then I'm getting an allowance because I'm going to blow through it just by getting
that's the same
kettle
way I
chips from Harris Teeter every day.
Yeah. He done got them into some trouble before. Yes, it did. Okay. And I mean big trouble. And probably more than once.
Yes.
To the point where this amazing thing happened. She couldn't share it with family, friends, nobody. She had to keep going to work.
Yes. Well, in all honesty, if you win $2.65 million now, you still gotta take your ass to work. That used to be enough.
You can make that work. You can absolutely live off $2.65 million.
I mean,
you don't have to live you're not gonna live like a millionaire. You're gonna live like a person that makes 60 or 70,000 a year.
Well, even if you do 100,000 a year, that's 26. No, that's okay. Ooh, no. Yeah, that's 20. That's 20 years.
Yes.
Plus.
Yeah.
Of
you making a 6-figure salary. Yeah. You can live off that just fine.
But in 20 years, I'll be 65. What the hell else am I going to do? The money gone after that.
Hopefully you've taken that 0.65 and invested that. Hopefully that's been invested. And you've been living for the last 20 years and saving your money, investing your money well. It's just like if you were saving for retirement when you just normally work in a 6-figure job. It's the same premise.
You know how I know we bad with money? Because your ass just said, instead of every year paying yourself $100,000 from an account, you said just take the 65 of the 2.65 million, that's $650,000. Just take that, because that's what the 0.65 is, right? It's $650,000.
Yes.
Just take that and invest it and just spend the rest of $2 million.
No, you live for the 20 years, right? But also you're giving yourself a salary, but part of your salary is going into your retirement fund.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's the same thing. Invest a portion of it, take a large sum and invest a portion of it.
But at the very least, you don't have to go to work. That's what you're saying.
Yes, you don't have to go to work if you don't. But she had to go to work. She had to live life as normal.
Well, we don't know.
For years being a millionaire.
We don't know how much of debt they were in because of his past spending habits and recklessness.
He done got them into some things enough where she was like, I am willing, as now a multimillionaire, to keep living my life normally and just buying myself little things here and there, a trip, a vacation here and there. And I just say, I got a bonus at work and I'm willing to live like this. And I don't have to.
Talk about inconvenience in relationships. She lived it.
Because he done got them into some things a couple times.
My thing is, just get a divorce.
Yeah.
He take half, you take half. Because if I got to go through all that, if I don't trust you.
Right.
If I don't trust you, why am I with you? I might love you, but I can't trust you.
Right.
Maybe you won't cheat on me.
You can't be with somebody you don't trust.
Right. Maybe you won't cheat on me. Yeah. I can trust you in that standpoint, but I can't trust you with money. And what is the number one cause of divorce? Money.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, money. It's not infidelity. It's money.
It's money.
People can forgive being cheated on. People can't forgive you making us go broke. You know how hard it was for me to make this money?
I lost it all.
all of it?
Because you at the casino?
Not the casino.
Yeah, when it's not a good place, it's the casino. When it's you going with your friends, you on vacation, then you going to the casino. But when you done lost all my money, it's the casino.
All right, we have dilly-dallied in this third segment, and that was not the purpose. But Jay, before we go, because you want to get some rest.
Yeah.
What do you want to leave the people with?
Inconvenience is not a bad thing if it's a choice. If I'm saying I'm choosing this relationship and this person over my own comfort in this moment, that's a good thing. And it's okay to go ahead and lean on into that. Or you're going to be lonely as hell with a dry ass phone.
I cherish the day that I could have a dry ass phone and be lonely as hell. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Woo! That was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock with will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspectives.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.